Welcome to Familiar Territory, an anime podcast hosted by two white dudes who've been friends for over 15 years. Here we talk about the history and influence of anime, as well as review anime new and old. So grab your talking cap and transform into some comfy clothes as we step into a familiar territory. My name is Grant.
And I'm Brantley. Today, we're going to be watching Tantei Opera Milky Holmes. This is a show that I have seen before, but to be perfectly honest, it was at such a fever pitch that all I can really remember is that I liked a few things and really disliked several other things. So we'll see how Grant takes to it. This one is really kind of on the tightrope of the magical girl genre, to the point where if you look up classifications of this show, it probably won't say so, but it's got the tenets of the genre. It has a team of girls in color-coded outfits, with little variable toys and such that allow them to summon their powers, and so I'd say it falls into line, but again, towing that line, it's barely. Also, interestingly enough, this is our second show in a row that probably falls closer into the shonen genre than anything. So I apologize that we're making a pattern, but hey, I guess that's what you get when you have white dudes picking out what shows they think are interesting. We'll get to some more classics along the way. In the meantime, Grant, I want you to try to predict where exactly this show came from.
So fun fact about this show, I've never seen it, but it was one of my first exposures to anime. My first anime was Soul Eater, back when I was a baby boy in high school, and this kind of appeared on my YouTube feed, not as this, but there's a song that they took, I think Kokoro.
Yeah,
and the song, and they splice up her voice lines and they create a song, and I fucking loved that shit.
Quote, Kokoro, 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 Chanayuda, I think was how it went, maybe?
It is, but yeah. I remember watching it, and I was like, what the fuck is this shit? And then, here we are. I think about 10 years later, and I'm gonna... nothing has prevented me from watching it. I remember reading
Maybe God.
I remember reading a review about it, and I do remember them talking about how it's a satire, and for some reason I was like, maybe this show isn't something that I really want to invest my time in.
That'll be, you know what, hang on to that. When we're done with this episode, I want you to answer for me whether you think it's a satire or not.
I will.
Well, fantastic. All right. I need you to guess for me, where in the hell did this concept and eventually anime come from?
Okay, so I do know that Kokoro is a cop.
So okay, I'm gonna cut you off. Kokoro doesn't exist yet. She's not in this one.
Damn it! Why do I care about this shit then? No, okay. Well, I know she's a cop. and I know the like team of girls are like all Sherlock Holmes.
You're not wrong there. So what kind of media do you think this began as?
Oh fuck. Was it a 4-chroma panel thing?
It was not.
Damn.
But that's a great guess.
Was it a manga?
It's not a manga.
It's not a light novel. There's no fucking way.
Nope. It did eventually get a light novel. It has practically every form of media known to the anime sphere.
It's so weird how much shit this has and how not talked about it is. Like, you have things such as One Piece or K-On! Or Shield Hero, which start out with one thing and they expand, but they're talked a lot about.
My guess is either it wasn't localized well, or not really at all. Maybe no one picked it up. Not really sure. In any case, yeah, it's a great point because they've made a lot of this product. And yet it hasn't really gotten traction. I mean, I imagine there's more shows like it, but that is a good time to bring up this little disclaimer. It is hard to watch this show. We did a little cursory search beforehand on where you can find this legally, for those who are, our online watch-alongers, and we came up blank. Nothing. Even difficult to find, like, DVD box sets to buy. So, Godspeed to you as you take your own little Sherlock Holmes detective adventure to find out where you can watch this. But in any case, we've dug up something, and we are going to use that. Hope that you do find something personally you can watch along with. Perhaps you'll tap into Grant's old YouTube history and find like a YouTube part 1 of 3 subbed in Spanish that you can follow along with. Hey, we've been there,
So you never answered the question. What was the original Milky Holmes?
3 words. Online radio drama.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. What?
Okay, so that's what Wikipedia tells me. And
an online radio, that's nuts. I think that's the second weirdest thing I've heard an anime based off of.
Mm-hmm. Was the first Battle Girl High School?
No, the first is, I can't remember what it's called. It's like Pretty Derby or something like that, and it's based off of like actual horses and horse racing.
Mm-hmm.
So that's pretty weird. But radio drama is something that I was not expecting.
Mm-hmm. Well, it is dramatic. You want to just start with this? We'll see how it goes.
Let's do this.
Okay. The way we're watching this, it does have the ending cut out. That means the runtime is technically shorter. To help you timestamp this, we'll give you the countdown to when we start, as well as when we hit the halfway point. It still marks the commercial breaks for us, so hopefully that'll help you out. I guarantee there's enough unique stuff in this show happening that you'll be able to...
Oh, shit. Real quick, before we start, the people that own Milky Holmes are also... They publish the Love Live franchise for video games. They do a lot of video games, including New Japan Pro Wrestling. But they also have... They did like Cardfight Vanguard and like Weiss Schwarz, which are like...
Oh yeah,
magic-esque card trade. Like they're different in terms of rules, but they have like a bunch of different cards and stuff. And so they do trading card games, and that's what they're known for. Yeah. And then they acquired Milky Holmes in 2000. So they've always had it. Mm-hmm. And then they made an anime in 2010. That's nuts.
Interesting. They heard the radio waves. They were crying out in pain, and so they downloaded them. The last Milky Holmes piece of media we received was an anime film in 2016. So what we're saying is, if those who are watching along, if you get hooked on this, we are so sorry, because you've got a hell of an adventure ahead.
Yeah, it lasted for like 6 years, which is nuts for an anime. Mm-hmm. All right. I'm ready.
This starts at a white screen for us. I think very fitting that we're just getting blasted into like a big bang of entertainment. So I'm going to give the countdown, and I'll say a 3, 2, 1, go. So 3, 2, 1, go. Her bed is not up against the wall, and it makes me so anxious.
Like it just
it could be the foot, but yeah, it looks like it's just centered in the room. Oh, there she goes.
Falling off a bed. This is the start of every anime.
It's true.
Sleepy main character in bed with the sunlight coming through. Also, giant beds.
Yeah, giant bed. Okay, she's got her bed up against the wall. Uh-oh. Time to clean.
The blue one wants to clean. So that's her quirk. She likes to clean, but is also sleepy.
Yeah, she won't get the flower petals out of her hair, though. My little tangerine. Oh, she's eating her pillow.
Oh, boy.
Well, look, she's got a hoge.
But it's a heart.
Yeah. A hoge. Stupid hair. Or weird hair. Or something.
It happened
like
a month ago.
Uh-oh.
Okay, so someone stole... There's Kokoro. She's in this.
I don't think so.
She was in the cop car.
I don't. Maybe that is her. Maybe that's not. We'll have to see. Yokohama's tear.
So
I apologize if I've just gaslighted you right out the gate. I really don't remember her. At least the part we saw from that video is not here. Okay, so it's Arsene Sama.
So
I love their combat boots.
Persona. So essentially, there's a bunch of
Phantom thieves.
Phantom thieves from Persona, and they've come
Persona
and stolen,
5 ripped this off.
And they stole from a museum, and now the Milky Holmes girls are here, gonna say that they're not gonna let them get away. Squeak. They have what the fuck? They have like little onomatopoeia of what they're thinking, or their facial expressions.
Holy
Holy
in a flash
shit!
of lightning.
Flash of lightning, and the thieves are gone.
Whoa!
Oh, they're in the air,
and they're already in combat. So
what
when
the
they say this is shonen, it really is closer to shonen than anything.
What the fuck? Did she just pull out a?
Yeah, she controlled the crane. Oh, there he goes.
Dead. Oh my! What the? Okay, so they have the toys of flame, which I assume are their weapons.
Yeah, they have toys.
And apparently it allows them to control construction equipment.
So far, there's a running theme of that, but...
Very, very specific set of powers you got going on.
Oh, that idiot rat just dropped his own explosives.
This got right into it. It didn't give you any explanation. And they immediately are like, hey, swords, construction equipment, and bombs.
Yeah.
So now they've trapped the main thief girl in a laser grid, and it is Arsene. What the?
This dude. I like this character.
I'm so confused. Milky Holmes. What a name.
I would love to know if. Oh, go ahead. Say what you want to say.
No, I mean just bye.
It's funny to see this juxtaposed with Battle High School, where it also just flies right in your face. But it's so much more digestible because we have half the amount of characters.
That's fair. And the villains are also characters and not Digimon.
Yeah, that helps. Because they can actually talk back and, have a little rapport going on. Oh, she just struck him with lightning. I'd say that's a pretty good power so far.
That one is definitely the most consistent.
Once
the
again,
guy in the plane.
I hope this is a pattern.
Hey! I love him. So they got away with the tear. Oh, did they lose the tear?
She didn't do the lightning.
Oh, so God just hated them.
Yes, they've been smitten, smited by God's wrath.
All right, so now they're all getting up from this destruction. They all survived being struck by lightning.
You don't know that yet. We've only seen 3 of them. Okay, they're all here.
Dude, she's long fucking gone, bitch. Blue one's...
She's trying to use her powers, which is to, detect thoughts or something? Or presence?
It's very unclear.
She can't see anything. She can't hear.
I can't hear, okay. Oh, she's stuck under a girder.
No, she's just trying to make it move. So it seems like she's got super strength.
All right, so they lost their powers.
Yes.
That's quick. We didn't even get to see them use their powers that long.
Yeah.
And they lost their...
Yeah. This is one of the few things I really like about this show, is that they start you off with the powers and then immediately Metroid them away. So these characters are going to have to, essentially not have their God-given powers for a while and do something about it. I think it's a very good hook.
It's much better than Battlegirl High School.
Yeah, it's at least coherent. Which is surprising because it is moving very fast. To give us a little bit of a timestamp, we're at 5 minutes 40 seconds into the episode. Oh, they're all crying.
Oh, how sad. I wonder if the anime was supposed to be for people who have listened to the radio drama in a way. Where
they've already got the origin story.
Oh, so Sherlock Holmes is a real character in this show, and he owns an academy.
Yeah.
Okay, so all of these girls are at Sherlock Holmes Detective Academy.
Mm-hmm. Oh, she can't tell her alarm clock to stop anymore. That's a fun detail.
That's fun. She still slept through it.
Yeah.
They're all late.
They've got color-coded doors. So it looks like they have their own little individual dorm rooms right now. Nero.
Well, so, are they the only people at the Sherlock Holmes Detective Academy?
You'll see. But the answer's no.
Okay.
So here's the thing. So far, Kokoro is not a character, even though there is a blonde one.
No, Kokoro was in the police car, but she's not a character.
Yeah.
I saw her, and you know what? I'm never going to let that down.
All right.
You lied to me.
Hey, maybe she's in episode 2.
All right. So, Herc? So what are the characters' names? We have Milky Holmes. Who's the pink one?
Nero. That was a really fast run cycle. Here we go.
Oh.
Save me.
And they all fell in the water.
Yeah.
Why were there cats?
Cats.
Why was the transition cats?
Because.
So we have Hercules.
Yep.
Milky Holmes.
Cordelia. Nero, I think.
Okay. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
So
I do like that they're saying hi to the janitorial staff. Not enough people, treat them well. Oh man.
But he's the sword boy.
Yeah.
From the beginning. So is Milky Holmes actually related to Sherlock? Or did she just kind of take that name?
I don't know.
So now we have the professor character who has a really low cut shirt, but also a tie. Oh, his shirt's not low cut; it's just open.
No, it is. Yeah, it's open. She's fucking Haruhi's out here with her phone out.
So he's talking about the superpower stuff that they have.
Yep. Get him at birth. Use them to fight the Phantom Thieves. They're beautiful, just like him.
But he's the guy. I was gonna say he's obviously. Oh, his shirt is off.
Yeah.
Man, they do
so
all the Phantom.
Sorry, go. Do your thing.
Do all the Phantom Thieves work at this university?
G. Grant, you might be onto something. They've all infiltrated. Oh my!
Oh, wow, that was a slur.
Yeah.
What the hell? I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah. I forgot that.
I know it's Shonen. They even censored it.
Yeah.
So are they Milky Holmes or is that their team? I don't
know.
I don't fucking know. This is...
Yeah. Hey, the next time that someone said, hey, they're pointy. Next time someone says Kill a Kill is innovative in any way, just immediately throw Tantei Opera Milky Holmes right at them
first. So all the Phantom Thieves go here, and they don't even hide their...
Not very well. We're at the halfway point. Huzzah.
We are at the half point. Wait, I am...
This is 10 minutes on the dot. Yeah, you are right. They don't try to hide anything, but I think you'll find that they don't really have to at all.
Terrible. For being in a detective university, they suck.
Yeah.
Now they're learning how to tail people.
Mm-hmm.
What the hell?
Oh, hate that design.
I hate... Just...
So now we're doing a little montage of them being failures.
They suck. What the hell is this show, man? It is nothing like I expected. Profiling.
Oh. That also might be out of touch. As, that's being euphemistic.
I like that she had a candy bar hidden in her hat.
Yeah. And they all fucking suck. Alright, so they're useless without the toys.
It's an epic fail, dude. What the hell? This came out 2010, right?
Yeah.
Man, dude, this is like straight up.
Well, epic fail was the translation, so you can have them to blame.
Fair. I do wonder, when I watched this video, was it 2010 or like was it 2011? Either way, I caught Milky Holmes as it was airing, which is nuts to me.
Mm-hmm. I like that rat has a rat tail.
He does.
Alright, so Milky Holmes is the team. You're correct.
So they were trained by Sherlock Holmes.
Maybe.
It said trained by the legendary detective.
Well, you don't know that that's Sherlock Holmes. That could be Watson.
Watson wasn't a detective. He had a gun and was a doctor.
That could be Basil of Baker Street from Disney's The Great Mouse Detective. He's also a cartoon. It fits.
So they're talking about how this team sucks now because they don't have their superpowers, which makes sense. What the fuck? She just made a joke. If you're tired, why don't you eat sushi? What the fuck does that mean?
Man, I don't know.
So they've lost their brilliance, and they are no longer the great detective because they lost their superpowers.
Yeah. The Phantom Themes are all upset because like, we don't have rivals anymore.
They get special treatment?
Yeah. Oh,
it's not going to them anymore because
they
suck.
Yup.
So they were going to get this. Why do they get special treatment? So she is Sherlock.
Yeah. Cordelia, Hercule, and it went too fast. Yuri Kaza something.
So
so they get before they get to eat, they have to do something. A test.
Okay, so they have to do a test tailored to their abilities. So they were the best detectives and they lost their powers, and now they suck.
Yeah.
So it's not like they sucked, and they just happened to be.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a bomb.
A picture of their accomplishments has been taken hostage,
and they have to defuse a bomb.
Mr. Krabs' first $'s in there.
That bomb is not going to be contained in that glass.
Yeah, not for long, because they're going to have to bust that shit open to defuse it.
But you can't destroy it. Oh, you can destroy it.
Yeah.
Okay. So essentially they're saying use your powers to not break it.
Yeah.
But they all suck now. So and they have 30 seconds. That bomb is going to destroy this room. Everyone in this room is going to die.
Oh, I don't know, Grant. I think that might be a special reinforced glass.
So they are basically fighting to maintain their status as the best.
Yeah, to keep their dorm room, to keep all their fancy food, etc. Also, I'm sorry for not converting that glass thing into an actual joke. I feel pretty useless about that. Hey, I feel just like Milky Holmes, so I'm in character right now.
Uselessness.
They ran face first.
This shows everything I didn't know it was going to be.
And in the back of your mind, you hear the word satire.
Yeah. So they're trying to get. Why do they call them toys? It's not. Do they have like physical representations?
One of them,
or is that just?
But the rest of them don't. I do like. I feel like there is a literary reading of this you could do in which like you're growing up with talents and then you find out that you're not accelerating like you used to be. I know like life got a whole hell of a lot worse when I wasn't allowed to carry a blanket around with me. It only got worse after that, after I couldn't carry around my plushie of R2-D2. So all downhill from there. I really understand what these girls are facing.
I mean, it is a good literary device. Do they use it correctly? Maybe.
Who knows?
This is such a 2010 anime.
Mm-hmm.
It's a picture.
It's also everything they've staked their careers on.
That's
so
fair.
far.
That's fair.
Yeah.
What the best part about this show is that their hair color doesn't match the color of their outfits.
Yeah.
Oh God! Now that is it's gone. There's nothing left.
We've got high stakes starting off here.
That glass was the strongest glass I've ever seen. Man.
I do like the outfit color choices.
No, me too.
I can appreciate that they're not. Whoa.
Oh, they're expelled, but they just. Oh, which is what I'd like to say.
A 3-month
now they have
extension.
Yeah. 3 months and revive themselves as detectives.
Grant, what would you do in 3 months to prove that you have the powers of God?
Murder someone, and then frame someone else. Solve the murder. I'm a detective again.
Okay. Remind me not to get on your bad side. Also,
don't take away my detective
never
status.
to take away your status symbol of young man with nothing to his name but a Nintendo Switch.
They get one bed.
Yep.
In such a dusty room, so they've been downgraded to the poor, the poor
poverty class.
Man, this is
they're gonna have
a lot
to
of literary device. Yeah, man, fight the bourgeoisie.
Mm-hmm.
So
you're part of the proletariat now, girls.
Yes, everyone is useless here.
Mm-hmm.
Their eyes are huge.
They are. It's right in that.
Yeah, man.
Magical girl, cutesy 2010 style.
That Clan
early
style.
2000s. Yeah. Exactly. Bullseye.
Who animated it?
JC Staff.
Okay.
They've had their share of hits and misses.
I mean, who hasn't? Really?
Yeah. You know.
Man.
JC Staff. No, I'm kidding. JC Staff did such wonderful shows as Is It Wrong to Pick Up Girls in a Dungeon? Which truthfully isn't their fault entirely for making it.
They did Toradora, which is a good...
See? There are good things and bad things in this world. We truly can't have any true critical analysis, so...
Oh, he changed clothes so fast. So they all want to get their detective statuses back for stupid reasons, like to have a nice room and eat roast pig, and because someone told me to.
Yeah.
Those were 3 of the ones I caught.
Yeah.
And now the Phantom Thieves are going to go thieving.
Yeah. Really hate that the girl masquerading as the student, officer above these girls is hypersexualized. Definitely one of the X's on the list. Oh, okay, right. We're at the ending preview. They skipped the ending. So I just saw the subtitles, Who is the Bread, I think? Which makes me sad that we're not watching episode 2.
Well, but perhaps you're not live. Maybe we'll come back to it.
Maybe.
You never know.
Yeah. Who stole the bread?
Who stole the bread? That's the question. Okay.
That's the next episode.
So that is the answer.
Hey, on the next episode, they're gonna get that bread.
All right.
Okay. So
Grant, JC Staff did One Punch Man 2, which everyone hated. So
true.
I will say that is a thing that happened.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So what's up?
Satire or not?
Fuck no. There's no way. There's so much wrong with the way that, not wrong per se, but there's no subtlety whatsoever to make it a satire.
Mm-hmm.
And fuck if I know, man. Shit's nuts.
Mm-hmm.
That show was nothing what I was expecting it to be.
I'm glad it's now taken a seat in your frontal lobe. and I hope that it's a while before you're able to like liquefy that and empty it out of your right ear. I guarantee you it will be gray sludge once it's on its way out.
So
would you say then it's closer to a parody?
No, I mean, I think
no,
that
it's not specific enough for that.
Right. I think they wanted it to be a parody. I think they wanted to kind of poke fun at the tropes that they had. And at least they straight up removed the powers right away, so that's pretty good.
Yeah, unlike other in like that like parodical frame of shows, it actually does try to like make a point out of something, which is shocking in my opinion, that they actually like it's not just taking pot shots. They actually have like a unique plot. I haven't seen that elsewhere in like other magical girl shows. And if I found one that did play it seriously, I'd like to see that too. Would you then say this is just a straight up and down comedy then?
Yeah, I think so. I think that they wanted to make kind of a silly show with some fairly unique ways of storytelling. I mean, having it be a mystery magical girl show is kind of interesting. Mm-hmm. Did they do it right? Maybe. Not for the first episode, in my opinion.
Give me more of your thoughts on that. Continue this thread.
They straight up said, they straight up revealed the villains. Mm-hmm. They're like, hey, all your villains are in your school and you're too stupid to see. Mm-hmm. But also, let's stop some crimes from happening. It's fun. Yeah. I think what's crazy to me is I thought this was maybe a children's show when I saw it. Mm-hmm. I didn't know it was shonen until today. Yeah. And boy, some of the stuff they do is
it's risky. It's pushing it.
It's risky and it's dated. There's definitely some jokes that don't land in today's political climate or social climate. Yeah. That
probably shouldn't have landed when it was made either, but like granted, late to arrive to the party in that sense, most of us were. So
I will say that all the names that they have, I didn't realize this until now because I'm an idiot. I got Milky Holmes is named after Sherlock Holmes.
Are they representative of their powers in some way?
No, they're all representative of famous fictional detectives.
You're right. Yeah, Herc, Nero.
And Cordelia is the other one. So you had Cordelia Gray, Hercule Poirot, and Nero Wolfe, who are all fictional detectives, which is a fun little throwback, I guess. I mean, I got Holmes and that was it. But I know people who are fans of Poirot a lot, and I know some people that like Nero Wolfe. I've never heard of Cordelia Gray. Oh, because Cordelia Gray is a comic book.
Well, in that case, would you say that this does pull it back to being parody? Or do you feel like the allusions to these works is not, like, direct enough?
I think that... Oh, no. So it was a detective novel. It's just, if you look up Cordelia Gray on Wikipedia...
You're gonna find the comics first?
Well, it's actually a manga. So you have this anime Cordelia Gray, but it was a novel. So... I wouldn't say... I still don't think it's a parody. Those are just references. Yeah. Because you don't really see any... Like, if you wanted it to be more of a parody, you would have each of their characters sort of follow into that, the stereotypes or the tropes that what they're based off of. You know, right. Holmes would be very, very calculating. Poirot would be kind of unemotional and distant. Yeah. I don't really know too much about Nero Wolfe or Cordelia Gray. But
yeah, Sherlock would definitely be piping up some cocaine at the beginning.
Hell yeah, lots of coke.
Mm-hmm. Would you pipe a cocaine? Fuck, I don't know my drugs.
I don't know my drugs. I think it's definitely a fun show. It might get better to a point where I would be like, oh yeah, it's a good show if you like that kind of thing. Mm-hmm. Am I super looking forward to watching it if I watch it on my own? Not really. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But we're at that point where sometimes you're just not gonna get super hooked into it. It does have, I will say, it only has a 6.96 on my anime list, which is pretty low. But I guess since it's from like 2010, a lot of times you'll get that.
On the My Anime List ratings boards, I feel like you're kind of flirting with death and you're in the 6 range, where you either don't have a fan base that will make up for all your mistakes and rate you high anyways, or, you know, you've been review bombed, or worst of all, it is just that bad. And I feel like that number is perfectly adequate for at least this showing of Milky Holmes.
I'd agree.
It's like, it's, as you said, it's fun. I don't know that it's culturally important. You know, perhaps no one is missing out if we can't stream this in a convenient way these days.
Right.
But I at least appreciate that it could throw me off balance. And
I totally was not. I went into this thinking it was going to be something that it wasn't, and it definitely surprised me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I thought but I do see how people would enjoy it as something to be like, oh yeah, it's kind of silly, but it's fun.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I thoroughly enjoy the lost your powers at the beginning, now you have to do it honestly kind of angle to it.
I do too.
I could only wish that, you know, carries forward in a productive way and doesn't just kind of hang on jokes through the whole season and then at the very end they get their powers back. Especially knowing that they have like many seasons of this, I would like to know if they like repeatedly lose their powers or their powers stay gone or whatever. They've got me hooked there in a weird way because there's more than just this one season that exists. I think I only wish it was in a slightly more solid framework of a show.
Right.
Yeah. It's strange. I feel totally down to watch more of this because it feels like a renegade of a show. Just doesn't care, barreling forward, throwing so much at you that it doesn't matter if you're even like laughing along. It's just gonna give it to you. And that's pretty brave. I can only hope that the quality is serviceable all the way through. And hopefully doesn't continue to dip into those like areas.
Right.
You know, as much as I'll praise the beginning for hooking you in, I can just as easily criticize the first moment that you see Arsene's outfit and just like, oh, okay, that's what kind of show this is. It's unconventional, I want to say. Maybe not, you know, but I think because it's in sort of that magical girl range, I'm tempted to say it is.
I'd say so too. There's not like a traditional transformation sequences. You don't have a talking cat.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have any form of familiar in your series.
We did,
but you have.
They fell in the water and lots of cats exploded onto the screen. One of them showed their butthole.
Right. We did have at the end they were petting a cat in the next episode. So who the fuck knows? Maybe that becomes their talking animal companion.
Mm-hmm.
I think there was it has enough magical girl-esque stuff that I would be like, yeah, it's a magical girl show in the same vein as some other shows are.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you think that would you suggest someone to watch Milky Holmes by themselves? Would you be like, yeah, check it out?
You're putting me in a corner here.
I feel like the show is best watched with friends.
Either I act honest or I absolutely out myself.
So you would watch it by yourself. That's what you're saying.
Yeah.
I think
it's not you would. I will.
Yeah,
But
I think
you could help me with that, Grant. You could reduce my suffering by
if we watch some more Milky Holmes, I'll watch it with you
for research
and
for
then,
the show. You know,
for the show, and we can do a retrospective of the entire series once we finish it.
Mm-hmm. We could,
all right,
but I will watch it.
But you will watch it. So this episode is gonna be a little bit shorter, I think, than the first one because we had a shorter show to watch. It also, I feel this one has a little less to talk about than Battle High School.
This is Battle Girl High School is like it's like a sprint, right? You know, like you've run your 400 and you're just out. Milky Holmes is like, it's like you're running the 100. You're going 100 meters, and you are so confident that it's going to be over in a flash that you use all of your energy to just burst through it. And before you know it, you're like 50 meters in, you're already dead tired, and your leg feels weird. I get that impression. Go ahead.
I feel like there's more. I feel the thing that comes with Milky Holmes is that even though I'm not going to say that it was a great show, I want to watch more to see where they go so I can talk a little bit more about it.
Mm-hmm.
With Battle Girl High School, I don't fucking care.
Yeah.
I don't care to see more of it. So I'm a little less inclined to talk shit about Milky Holmes or criticize it a little bit more because even if it's not the best show, it definitely holds my attention enough that I want to see at least 2 more episodes and give it a go from there.
Mm-hmm.
So I think we should do a retrospective on this show eventually.
We say that now. Maybe we'll get 2 or 3 episodes in and totally bail. In any case, I do feel like Milky Holmes has left their calling card for us.
Yeah,
you know,
I would.
You go ahead.
I would say that if you're into this kind of thing, if you wanted to watch just like a stupid fun show, then watch Milky Holmes.
Mm-hmm. I want to end with a quick theoretical question that I'd love to solve maybe by the next one. The name Milky obviously doesn't really carry over into English or anything, in the sense of like we wouldn't name someone after a food unless they were like a pet or whatever.
Right.
I'm not going to commentate on that part any further, but I do wonder if say there was a person named Miduki, like
that's what it is.
I wonder if that gets romanized into Milky and it was just always normally Miduki, or if it's because they'll say like Miduki tea when they're saying milk tea. I wonder if that name existed and now has been bastardized by like that sort of invasive English element to it.
Right.
Or if it's just blended in a convenient way and they just kind of pick one or the other, whether, you know, it's like, oh, it's as in milk, or it's just the name. Either way, for whoever decided to really just put that nail in the coffin, kind of makes my stomach turn every time I see it. It's like,
yeah, it's definitely a weird name, but it isn't the name of any of the characters. It's just the name of their team.
Melty, Felt. I think we've already had our fair share of strange romanized names so far. So,
all right. Well, that's gonna be the end of the show. My name is Grant,
and my name is Brantley.
If you like the content, make sure you subscribe, give us a like, give us a comment, or don't. We're not your dad.
Or are we? Solve it yourself, Milky Holmes. Dun, 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 dun.